Hey, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Guardians of the Geekery podcast number 2. Today we have Leia, i.e. Ginger Snap.
Hello.
With her, we have David, the Tattoo Deviant. We have Damien.
What?
And we have special guest today,
Special
Kia,
guest.
the Have a Go hero.
Woo!
And me, Lex Cosplay. Hello, everyone. How's everyone?
Yeah, not bad. We're doing alright.
It's minging here, FYI. I think we've got that hurricane big bitch or whatever it's called.
Oh, I felt that today. Awful.
Wouldn't it be cool if they named hurricanes after like superheroes and whatnot?
That would be good.
Hurricane Superman.
Yeah, Hurricane Superman.
Hurricane. They should be named after villains though, because if they're
Yeah.
like natural disasters, it can't be like Hurricane Superman and then
That's the picture of Superman. Like,
Hurricane maybe. But
Oh, that's alright, actually.
No, if you did Hurricane Flash, then everyone would think it was the Flash actually making it.
Hurricane Darkseid.
Hurricane Thanos.
Is that alright?
Hurricane Manos.
So, Kier, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
How are you, man?
I'm good, thanks. Good.
So, whoever doesn't know, Kier is the Have a Go hero who does a lot of Batman costumes.
Primarily, yeah.
But he's
We're
mainly
moving
known
on to
for
other
that.
things now.
He does have a pretty badass Iron Man costume, to be fair.
Which,
Yeah.
hang on.
Hey.
Yay. He actually makes the Iron Man costumes are really, really good. I quite happily buy one.
It's foam peppercorn. Anyone can do it, really, if they put their mind to it. It's just, it's just time and patience, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. I know that you've been working on your Batman. Like you've got a light up Batman mask. You know what? That's looking really good now.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It up close, it's not perfect, and really, it was just a, like a prototype. Really, moving forward, I want to be able to make better cows, and that's ultimately what I'd like to do.
But what's great is it makes it look like you've got detective vision, like in the Arkham games, which is the coolest thing.
Yeah, it's actually a really simple concept, and if anyone wants to know, just send me a message, and I can easily talk them through it.
Well, you know what? I'm really looking forward to this new Batman game. I'm really looking forward to the Arkham Knight, just because it's got Batmobile, just the Batmobile.
I really want to cosplay as the Red Hood from Arkham Knight.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a mint looking suit, actually. I do like that.
Yeah. It's really well
I know
done.
it's just like a white hood over the top of it, but there's just something about it that just
Yeah,
looks really
it is
badass.
badass.
I'd
It
like
is,
to dress up as the Joker from Arkham Knight. Oh wait.
No, I don't. He's going to make an appearance somewhere.
He'll make an appearance. It's Troy Barker going to do the voice.
They're on the third Rocksteady game, and they're on the fourth Batman game, and to be fair, they've regurgitated the same villains every time, so...
Yeah.
Hence,
Well, this is
Regurgitate like it's a bad thing, though, David.
well,
Arkham.
Vomiting.
sorry, Bats.
He's the best Batman story out there, without a doubt.
So, Kier, what are you currently working on?
Sorry, go on.
What are you currently working on? What's your current / next cosplay?
Well, I'm working on something for David at the minute, but my next project for myself is going to be Captain America, but with my own spin.
Hey.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna get a start on making my cowls up this week. I eventually got my latex and loads of plaster that turned up.
So, Kier, your Captain America, you're basing it upon the Ultimates comic one, right?
Yeah, made aware by you actually, Lex. But I do like the super soldier look as well, just the blue and the white. I think that looks pretty cool, so I might incorporate that. But I want it to look really tactical, battle worn, like it's been through, a heavy battle.
Because I'm aiming for the super soldier suit myself, the comic book version. When
Okay.
he's not Captain America, but I've recently been working on another piece, which is I'll be creating a tutorial of it soon. But here's a quick sneak peek. We have what will be turned into the Winter Soldier helmet. I'm just getting it ready to add Warbler on top to be able to add the raised sections. But so far, I've used foam pepper curer, like you do, Kier. It's used body filler, molds, fiberglass. I'm adding 3D printed pieces as well, because what I'm trying to show is you can use a multitude of techniques combined to be able to still give you a good effect. I mean, you don't have to just say, oh, I only work with this, I only work with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Do multiple. And, we need to try and get... The best thing is to get more and more people to make costumes.
Yeah,
That's how funny
absolutely.
it is.
We need to encourage more people to cosplay, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely cosplay, not costume play.
Yeah, there's one thing going on.
Costume play is a good level to start with for people to get into it. We need to encourage people to try and we need to encourage cosplayers to be a bit more approachable.
Can I just ask you a question?
Which,
Is it not just the two words, costume play?
Well, it is, but we understand the difference between like
No, it's
costumes
fancy dress and cosplay. There we go.
Oh, okay.
which I think leads us into today's topic.
Yeah, our hot topic.
So
topic?
this week we're going on about various things like cosplay elitism and general things we have found that are happening a lot, which
Shouldn't be happening.
So we'll start off with David. You released a video this week, didn't you? Which
had to be said.
Yeah.
At first, it was very rough around the edges because I didn't script it, I didn't plan it. I don't think I got my point across in some areas quite as well as I'd have liked to have done, but the general idea got out there. There's just a lot of cosplayers that I know, female, male, they've been getting a lot of bad press and they've been getting a lot of, hate messages from fans, and I just kind of got a bit. I saw one thing yesterday morning, and it was like the reaction that I saw from someone else after reading it as well, and it was just like, do you know what? I've got to say something, and like I say, I probably could have worded it a bit better than I did, and I probably could have pointed a few things out a bit more clearer than I did, but I think the general point got across that I was trying to do. I managed to do it without swearing as well, which I was quite impressed about.
So what were give us a quick synopsis of the points that you went over.
It started out with the video that this American guy's done. He's got like a video blog on YouTube, and it wasn't so much, someone pointed out to me as well after I said it that it's his opinion and he's got every right to say it, and he does. Everyone's got a right to an opinion, but it was more the way he did it. It's very, very matter of fact, very arrogant, and
yeah. I saw the video in question that David's going on about, and it seems more like cosplay bullying rather than his honest opinion. It seems like he's pointing fingers at specific people and going, "You're in the wrong for cosplaying that." Yeah,
well, that's it. If you said that there are certain groups, if it was a bit more broad about it and said there are certain groups that are going a bit overboard, then people, they can make their own mind up about it. But when you actually single out people who do AOT or Deadpool or the assassins from the Creed and stuff, I think if one of the cosplayers from that, for example, I cosplay as Deadpool, Lex cosplays as Deadpool. I'm actually looking at doing a Creed member of my own at some point. Deadpool. It's like you sort of when you characterize it and you put them in, and you number it, and then suddenly your cosplay comes up, you feel bad about it. That, and the female Loki's. So one of our mates is actually one of the pictures that he uses. He's just on Google, and put her up on it. And she's a great, fantastic cosplayer. She's ridiculously talented prop maker. She does tutorials left, right, and centre. She's a very helpful cosplayer, and she loves doing it, and she's very good at it.
She loves the craft that she does.
Absolutely, you can tell that in what she does.
See, to me, there's no such thing as overdone. It's just popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's missing the whole point of cosplay anyway, really. You know,
Which
you do it to, you know, like David said in this video, you do it for yourself at the end of the day. And
it's really about trying to impress other people. You know, I mean, I like having a decent, you know, I do like putting the effort in with a costume. Everybody does, but, you know, we saw it when we were there at MCM Manchester. There were two young lads who came running up to me, because I was in Robin both days, and I was in the Robin cosplay, and there were two lads that came up to us, and they were dressed as Batman and Robin, and they put a lot of effort into the costumes, and they like really shy me, asked me if they could have a picture with me, and I turned around and said, only if I can have a picture with you, and they were just like, what? And it's like, it's just this thing. When it all starts from when I first started cosplaying as Spider-Man, and I started getting into it actually over Instagram. I bought a very cheapy Spider-Man suit, and it was just for someone's fancy dress party. And then I thought, do you know what? After I did some work on Free Comic Book Day, I ended up getting someone through a parent from a school. I ended up going in my Spidey suit, which wasn't a very good one. It cost me like 40 quid. And I spoke to the kids as Spidey, and they went mental. So I decided I wanted to get a better suit, and I started asking around some of the bigger cosplayers on Instagram, and nobody would tell me where they got the suit from. Like they were scared that I was going to take their likes off their pictures or something, and that just really bugged me. It was like,
It's not about popularity. Yeah, I can say for you four definitely that you all have Facebook pages where you do get likes and get people, but it's because people come to look at the craft that you put into it rather than to like your pictures. And none of you are bothered if you get likes on those pictures. You're putting those pictures up so other people can see your craft and get inspired by that craft.
Yeah.
Personally, I show stages of my armors and stuff, and say, look, I've done this, then I've done this, and this is how it's come out. You know, it's general idea of, you know, you can do this, you just need to try.
Yeah. Like I had someone asking if they could commission me for a Robin costume, and I was very open with them, and I said, I'll be honest with you, it cost me close to £300 to put this costume together when you add up all the paint and bits and pieces I bought. And I said, and so if I was to make one for you, I'd end up having to put a lot more on top of that for my time. So if you want, I'll just talk you through how I did mine.
And that's
do that a lot.
You know, people think that they're like, "What? Really? Will you?" Well, why wouldn't I?
I think everyone does everyone puts their own kind of thing on it anyway, don't they? You know, like
Exactly.
There were, I think, 2 or 3 Harleys at Manchester wearing the same dress and stuff, but they were all completely different, and everyone's different shapes and sizes anyway. But
I mean, at London, how many Deadpools were there?
Oh, there were loads.
Yeah.
But that's the thing that I kind of like about yours.
None of them were the same, though.
No, that's it. They've all either got a different or a different attitude. It's like, I love the fact that you've got an armoured version of Deadpool. Nobody does that. When I decided I was going to do Deadpool, I decided that I was going to have different armour. I even found that picture of him pretending to be Batman with the cat ears on and the kid's blanket around his neck, and I thought I might do that. You know,
yeah, it is about
someone
putting
Have you seen the dude that he's Deadpool with a pool on? Have you seen that? He's got like a kid's.
He's got a kid's pool with balls in it.
That picture you're talking about, David, didn't you have someone comment on that saying something?
I had someone. I posted up a picture of me, just me in my t-shirt with. I think I just picked up a towel and put that around my neck, so it was like a blue and red towel and a pair of black ears, and it was just I might try and do this. And the first comment I got on it was, but it's a pair of pink ears and a yellow cape. It's like, come on.
It was a joke. It was.
I'm just saying I might do it. I'm not even wearing But Deadpool suit, I've just got a Deadpool mask on.
Because people are always going to have an opinion, and I do think we should really sort of kind of promote people being happy in their bodies and encouraging other people and stuff like that. But there are
Definitely.
always going to be people that are just dicks. Do you know what I mean? There are always going to be people that make comments when you're wearing something that's low cut or high.
It's like people would be like, "Oh, you can't wear that because you're not the right size, you're not the right colour, you're just not right for the costume." Well, no, it doesn't work like that. You cosplay who you want to cosplay.
If you love something, dress up as it.
Yeah.
It's that simple, you know. I when we first started doing cosplays and stuff together, I said I was never going to do Batman or Bane or anything because I'm only 5'7". I might have like the bulk for it, but I'm not tall enough. And then it was like, do you know what? Screw it. Why not?
Absolutely.
I'm 5'5" and I'm dressing as an 8-foot character. So it doesn't matter how tall you are, how big or small you are. You can do what you want.
Lex wins everything.
Yeah.
Lex officially wins cosplay. Nobody's allowed to go to con in cosplay anymore, just you.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
But getting on to the cosplay stuff, how is everybody getting along with their cosplay at the moment?
I've got stuff waiting at home for me to start working on. I've had 6 weeks off. Well, I've got 6 weeks off work, and I've spent 4 of them down in Kent. So there's a lot of stuff waiting for me at home to actually get on with. But she's got packages coming through non-stop.
I've got a bit of an eBay problem.
Addiction.
I got, what was it, 6 weeks this in the past
6
5
wigs.
days.
Yeah, she got 6 wigs in a week and said it's been a good week.
She's gonna be like, "Have you ever seen American Dad?"
Yeah, I love American Dad.
Yeah.
Roger with the Is that what she's gonna be like?
In case people haven't seen, this here is
Cosplay idea.
let me just find it. This here is
No one jumped to my defence.
Oh yeah, this is Leah's newest picture from for doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Awesome. I saw that earlier. Sick.
It really does look cool.
I tried a different paint today, and I used some of the darker stuff for the shading, and I think that's worked.
Did you actually put contacts in?
No, they're my eyeballs. My eyes bad. Yeah.
No, it's good. Really, really good.
Yeah, I think it's just the camera.
It could be.
I was taking in my bathroom.
The camera loves you.
So Lex, how's yours coming on anyway?
I haven't touched Groot since last weekend because I've worked every day. I've got rubber on the leg and I've got rubber on the foot. I need to add more silicone to both of them before I'm making a fiberglass mold, so I can cast both of them. Once those are cast, which will be in the next week, I'll finally be able to get them on the leg rig. Once the leg rig's finished, then I can start on the upper body, the head, and everything like that. But I've spent a bit of time working on my Captain America helmet because, personally, because I want to do a Steve Rogers Super Soldier suit, I've wanted to I've personally wanted to lose weight and tone up a bit. Having something to work for, a Captain America costume where I want to look fit for it. I'm not saying you have to look fit for what you're doing. I'm just saying personally I want to. So I decided I'm gonna make a costume piece which will help. When it's done, it's sitting there and it can't. It's waiting for me to get in shape for it to be used. Plus, I'm doing it as a tutorial, which will be going up in the next couple of weeks, which will show people, how to combine different techniques to be able to give you, a great looking piece. I mean, I've tried foam, and foam's great for doing things,
Quick things.
personally, I personally find it's great for getting you the basic shape, but it doesn't get you the detail or necessarily the strength.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it really depends on what the type of phone that you get. I mean, I've just bought some really dense phones. I think with a Dremel and stuff, you will be able to get some good details. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, I'm going to start using that with probably Captain America, and ultimately with the Arkham Knight suit, which I'll start later this year.
But then you get to fiberglass, and fiberglass is really strong.
Of course, but heavy.
No, it's not heavy at all.
It's not too bad actually.
I can make it. That's how I'm doing Groot. It's all fiberglass because I can make it. I can make it lighter than foam. But the problem is you have to have a pattern and you have to have molds because you can't just make something out of fiberglass. You've got to have something to work from. Hence why I'm using the foam and then body filler to be able to just give it the finish.
See, I don't mind foam for quick things like that. I don't mind it for stuff like that. That's like Under Armour for my cosplay that I use for Night Owl. But when it's coming to making big pieces like armoured basing, I think that something that's a little bit stronger that's going to last is a really good way of going at it. Foam's a really good way of creating something quick that looks good.
Yeah.
But eventually it does become a bit worn and tattered, so you have to remake or you have to make a mould out of something.
That's it. Yeah, absolutely.
But then
also, I heard somewhere that you can actually use like certain types of resin as well on top of the foam to actually make it rigid. But the problem with that, we were talking about this the other day, Lex, is the foam underneath is still still bends, so it could crack,
Which is exactly what's happened on my helmet at some point with the body filler and the fiberglass on. It still broke. So now it's got to this stage and it's primed, so it's got a good surface to work on. Then I'm using Warbler on top, which I can use to add all the extra slightly raised details. So,
whoever created Warbler deserves a Peace Prize. Just saying.
I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen so much good work from it. I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And then finally, I've got 3D printing going on. 3D printing is great, apart from it's expensive to do.
Yeah.
And it's just expensive to do, and it still needs finishing. So I've got a couple of pieces being done for it. One of them, which I'll be making a mold of to cast in resin, so I can embend it once it's heated up. But I've had to send it to an external company because in-house I wouldn't be able to do anything that's detailed enough. Because home printers are great, but they don't give you the highest detail. So, on for me. Keir.
Hello.
What were you doing with your costume?
I'm not actually making anything for myself currently. I've got lots up here. It just keeps going like this.
It's just like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's a good idea. When can I get round to doing that one? I'm working tomorrow. No, that's a good idea.
Yeah, the list goes on and on and on. That's why I find it difficult to understand why people keep asking other people, who should I cosplay? It winds me up, personally. Surely the whole point of it is to have an imagination, and if you don't fit that certain character, for example, I love Falcon. I love that suit, but I'm not black. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, no, seriously, can you see? At the end of the day,
revelations on the podcast this week.
This was another point you brought up in your video, wasn't it, David?
Yeah. It is a little bit of a pet hate because I think it's more of an attention thing for most people, and it's like I said, you'll get two types of people, male or female. I used females as an example, but you'll get male or female commenting who should I cosplay as, and you'll have one girl who's, she's got a body on show and she's giving it some, and you'll have this girl you can quite tell is, she's a bit of a recluse just from looking at a picture, and she'll get ignored because of the other girl's a bit better, more good looking, and this girl will get loads of likes and she'll get loads of comments and, oh, you're not ugly, oh, you're so nice, and blah blah blah. And the argument I had with someone was that they said that it's a way for people to feel better. Some people need a bit of a push and they need to feel better about themselves and stuff. Well, we all do. You know,
I mean,
I
surely the entire thing about Comic Con, which this is all based around, is Comic Con is about fandom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're dressing as something that you're not really a fan of, it's not really
Yeah,
in the
you're
spirit
missing
of
the
what Comic-Con
whole
is all
point.
about.
Yeah, you are missing the point of
You don't
cosplay in that
understand the
sense.
character.
to me
It's
it
like-
just comes across a bit like you're trying to impress people on the page by cosplaying their idea, and then you just become a living mannequin, and that's not what cosplay is about.
No, it isn't.
What you want to do.
It's just like, you know, some random nobody. When we were at MCM Manchester, someone came up to me and she says, "I've been a fan of yours for ages, and I didn't know whether or not to come up to you and speak to you." Well, why not? So, you know, she says now she's glad that she did, and like we're friends and everything. But
Talking about
Classic case.
I don't get
I-
what was, you know.
Yeah, I ran out to both of you at Manchester. I was like, I've
Same.
finally seen you, because
I was
I
like,
managed to
yes!
meet you at London as well.
Yeah.
But I bumped into Kira at London, and I was like, it's like, Kira, I am a massive fan of your work, and I and chatting there for about
Just
10,
good.
15
Good.
Good.
No, the feeling was mutual, by the way.
That's it. Everybody respects everybody else's work, but I don't post up that often on the MCM page. I mean, I will post up my work in progress or ideas that I've got, but it's quite rare.
I hate that page.
I've
I'm so glad.
The thing that I kind of figured out with it is, it's almost an after school hangout,
Yeah.
and
Probably, I mean, just me alone, and the total age of about 10 of them. Like, just my own years, do you know what I mean? They're all
yeah.
children.
That said, I do go on there because
I am a hypocrite. I do go on there. I posted on there about 2 hours ago.
yeah,
I just
I've
don't like the way that
I've got quite a few friends from there, and
Yeah.
Well,
you know,
I've got a girlfriend out of it, so.
Thank you, MCM.
Yeah. But
LSCC, you dick. Who's from MCM?
well, we started talking over.
No, we
the MCM.
didn't. It was on LSC.
No, it
We'll talk
wasn't.
about this later.
Any,
We're talking over the MCM page because I'm not a member of the LSC. But anyway,
before we were talking about like, I know it was mainly aimed at girls because I want to go on to this now. When it comes to girls that cosplay / don't cosplay, the thing is it's not. It's what's it? Fancy dress cosplay. Best way to explain it is there's a lot of girls out there that put a lot of time and effort. Like there's a lot of hate on people like Jessica Negri and people like Chloe Dykstra who actually make their costumes, are really good looking girls, and then you've got other cosplayers who buy a lot of their stuff pre-made, wear it on cosplay pages just to get themselves a bit more attention and likes.
and it's kind of like if you're doing it's in a photo shoot as well. I mean, surely that should be showing off your work. I mean, if you bought, say, part of the costume and then you've customized it, it's still your own take on it.
Yeah.
But if you've
Yeah.
bought a costume straight off and just worn it straight away,
Out of the Argos catalogue.
this is a bit of a grey area because if you're not careful the way we talk about this, then we become the elitists.
no.
Yeah, we do.
And that's I can't do that. I genuinely think some people when they start out with cosplay, you know, I've had people that have come to me and said, you know, you've inspired me to cut up a cardboard box and stick it to my chest. And
See,
it's my first
I can understand first time cosplayers as such, because when I first went to it was Manchester Comic Con the first year that they opened. I ended up literally just buying like steampunk stuff in like a black shirt, red tie, blue glasses. Like I've got a steampunk gun, like loads of bits and bats, and I literally put a costume together from just pieces that I bought in, which I didn't really consider cosplay at the time. And still don't really consider it as cosplay now. So first time starters, I'm okay with people who buy costumes in for the first 2 times whilst they're at Comic-Con, but eventually, for me personally, it becomes this thing where I quite like the idea of people adding on and getting into the idea of making cosplay.
But the problem there is that not everybody's in a position to. You see,
Yeah.
you want to get technical. If by that ruling, I didn't start out as a cosplayer. I have 2 Spider-Man suits now. I've had 4.
I think the thing is,
I didn't make them myself. They were bought for me. You know, well, no, I bought them. But
can anyone here say that they made their very first outfit from scratch?
Never.
Yeah.
There you go. And I don't think anyone can because it.
No, Lex can because it's
yeah, but Lex does it for a living.
Yeah.
I think. Shush for a sec, okay? But the thing is, if you're, all of us got into it because we were probably into fancy dress as kids or just playing like imaginary games and stuff like that. So it's people that have just got sort of quite a vivid imagination.
Everyone's got their own reasons for doing it at the end of the day, and you shouldn't really. I think the whole point of this is you shouldn't judge anyone, for what they want to do. I guess I suppose ultimately that was the point that David was trying to make with the video.
You get the different levels at Comic-Con, don't you? You get the people who just want to go in a onesie.
I came at it from a different angle. I was looking at a lot of stuff on the RPF, and and then I got into Pepakura building, and I actually fell into cosplay almost by accident. I was actually building stuff before I even realised that it was what I was doing was cosplay. To be honest.
See, personally, my problem isn't people buying costumes or not making them. It's when they decide to make cosplay pages, sort of promoting themselves when they've not really actually done anything than buy something and wear it.
Like just modelling.
That's just modelling, yeah.
Just modelling.
Yeah.
Do they what's the word? Do they name the person who's made the?
No. They literally buy them that are made in China and then make a cosplay page. It's like, well, you're not really doing. You're just sort of, in a way, taking credit for someone else's work. I say.
Yeah.
I suppose the difference.
But they're the one who's modelling. It's their interpretation of that character.
Best way for me to explain it is we have a follower on the Guardians of the Galaxy Facebook, Paul Kissim, and every year he goes to Comic-Con. He usually has like a bought-in costume because he goes with his grandkids, and with his grandkids he looks absolutely superb. He bought a Bane costume in, and he had his grandson dressed up as Superman, and I think his granddaughter at the time was dressed up as Spider-Man. So it's the people like that that really understand the reason why cosplay in his respects works with them, if you get what I mean.
See, if you're doing it, they're like Kia said earlier, they're doing it for them, like that's, they want to go and they want to experience it. They're not going to sort of go and have a photo shoot and then have pictures of something that, that someone else has done.
I can kind of get like both sides of the fence, but everybody here classes me as a cosplayer, right?
Yeah.
Cheers. I've made costumes and I'm working. I made my Robin and I'm working on other stuff. But in the future, I'm cosplaying as Ichigo from Bleach, and I'm buying everything for that, apart from the Sanpakuto.
Oh, this is new news! Woo!
It's all right. We'll go for that.
Yeah, but as I said, buying a costume is still okay. It's fine buying costumes and not making.
I was just trying to say earlier, but I suppose there's cosplaying and then there's prop building.
Well, yeah, I am making the Sanpakuto. I am making the big sword that goes with it, but I get what everyone's saying because everyone here is like either a costume maker or a prop builder or built a costume from scratch. But
the way I look at it is this way. This is me on a sewing machine. Yeah, that wouldn't happen. I will not be able to use a sewing machine all of my life.
And I will show you. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Honestly, I felt like I was getting told off by a teacher once. I got a hole in my Spider-Man suit. She gave me a needle and thread and showed me how to do it myself.
Listen, right, I can work on these big machines over in workshops and whatnot, but you give me something as simple as a dishwasher or a washing machine, and I can't work it.
Oh, there's so many sexist comments. Just
I was about to say
get
something.
in my head right now.
Right, shall we move on to something else?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can do.
Or another point to bring up? Has anyone got any other things? I mean, we've gone through, people asking all the time and other things. Were there any other points you brought up in your video, David?
I just think people need to start being a bit nicer to other cosplayers. You know, going out your way. And
Feel the love, baby.
Feel the love.
I'm no saint. You know, there have been times in the past where I've turned around and I've got annoyed, or I've not so much looked down on someone else's costume, but I have had that little tinge in the back of my head where I've thought my costume's better than that person's. But I've never, when someone's asked me for help with a costume, I've always given it.
Yeah.
Whenever anyone asks me about my Spider-Man suit, I always tell them where I got it from and who did the eye lenses and how I put it together and everything.
There is a difference between arrogance and pride, I think, in that aspect.
I mean, I saw a picture the other day where, have you seen all these sort of cartoon ones? It's like cosplay is something. Cosplay is something.
New or something it's called, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And there was one the other day, and it's like, there's this guy dressed as a Batman and the guy as the Joker. And the Joker's thinking to himself, I don't really like the ears, and I miss the cape. But that's what he thinks. What he says is, brilliant work. And cosplay is about respect.
Yeah.
And that's what we need.
Talking about cosplay, we was talking last week about Comic-Con in October. Did we mention Guardians of the Galaxy by any chance?
Probably.
We talked about so much rubbish last week.
Gosh.
I think we talked about Guardians of the Galaxy at the time. I hadn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. All I can say is, awesome film.
Yes. The thing is, wait a minute, because if anyone's going to watch this and they haven't seen it, I think you just need to give them the opportunity.
No, I'm not spoiling. I'm not giving any spoilers or anything.
Spoilers here, but what we will say is,
if you haven't seen
it, there is an official meet going on. Well, if I say official, it's not official. There's a meet going on at MCM this October for a Guardians of the Galaxy meetup on Saturday.
It's officially happening, so it's official.
It's officially happening.
That's anybody who is doing any Guardians
comic book
film. Doesn't matter if you've got a whole group or you're just there by yourself. You know, come with us.
Come and give us.
It doesn't matter if you're more with a purple wig and not a black wig.
Oh, you're really booked about that.
No, someone sent me a message. So
it's on Saturday the 25th at 1:30 outside on the west entrance. Which is usually about half an hour before the Marvel meetup is, which is good timing because you probably want to be on that one as well.
If you're not sure where to go, just look up and find the 7-foot group that will be walking around and follow it.
Plus you sit there going, I am Groot.
I am Groot. Yes.
I think the funniest
we did have funny Snapchats of in the week.
Oh my day.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything last week because I hadn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet, but I am now working on a Guardians of the Galaxy cosplay as such.
Ooh, reveal.
Woo!
What are you doing, or are you not unveiling it yet?
I'll say something. I'm making a rocket raccoon. I'm not
now. I feel like I've got to do
cosplaying as Rocket Raccoon, but I'm making...
Come on.
Oh, Thanos!
Right.
Come here,
Question is...
Here. Are you coming?
Ronan.
Get us off, bro!
Question is, Damien, will your Rocket Raccoon, will it have a fake or a real laugh?
It's real.
It's real.
It's real.
Spoiler. As said by River Song in Doctor Who. Shh. Spoilers.
Well, that's in one of the trailers. It's not really a spoiler.
Yeah, but if you get a chance, if anybody, well, we've got previews at the moment. If the people that are watching this haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, go and watch it. It's one of the best Marvel films ever made.
It's the best
It's
Marvel film ever made, in
it's
my
12
opinion. And that's
it's
coming from a
12%
Spider-Man
of a spoiler.
And stay till the end, because you don't go to a Marvel film and leave before the credits roll. That's just ridiculous. I want to shout at people when they're walking out the cinema.
Yeah, you know what? That's one of those moments where you see people walking at the start of the credits and you think, you're going to miss something special here.
You look at them and you
You're not
go,
a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
You.
We went to see it, and someone had taken like this baby could not have been
more than 10 months
yeah,
old?
it wasn't a year old. This baby on this woman's shoulder. Just thought, seriously,
As the credits,
parenting win.
yeah, as the credits were rolling up at about 10 to midnight, she's there walking down with the baby in nothing but a nappy. Right, well done, parenting. You're doing it right.
Yay!
I mean, to be fair, you can't take a child and not let them see the Marvel ending. That's what I was more upset about.
That's the parenting fail right there. You didn't let them see
This all the way through the cinema. Where? You're a bad parent because you didn't let him see the ending.
You left before the credits rolled up. All the other mothers are looking at her like that.
If you go to Guardians of the Galaxy and you don't stay till after the credits, you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I
Or any
agree with
Marvel
that.
movie. The after credits is what it's all about.
I'm
Especially
actually
on Marvel
going.
Studios ones.
I'm going re-seeing it tomorrow. By the way, everybody, I'm going taking one of my best friends to go and see it
you
because I
lucky
went to
thing.
see it. I went to see it on my own. I actually paid good money to go and sit in the VIP at View on my own at 10 to midnight and just watch Guardians of the Galaxy.
Hey, Damien, that's awesome. I go to the cinema on my own all the time. All the time.
She just doesn't invite me.
Come Air 5.
She just doesn't invite me. I'll get out of the shower and she's gone.
Yeah, just leave you to it. You can have a night playing video games.
Baby, do you want a bit of
I saw the movie. I saw the movie with my brother and my dad whilst my brother was visiting because he'd really wanted to see it, and my dad likes anything sort of like that. But generally, I tend to go to the cinema on my own, even though it's about an hour away from me. That's the problem. I don't get to see it very often because it's so far.
You literally are right in the middle of nowhere, aren't you, Lex?
I am literally in the middle of nowhere. I'm on a hill.
I thought I was. It sounds pretty bad for you, mate.
The internet is not so good. but on the upside, I have my workshop, so I'm happy.
Yeah.
And a pool and an Avenger.
An Avengers van.
Yeah, an Avengers van.
It's called Cat Van
You
America.
like it so hard.
Cat Van America.
The kid just shaking his head like. Batman is not impressed.
I will do. All of the exterior should be done up by October, so I'll be driving with the exterior done when I get down there.
You are going to have so many Black Widows draped over that thing.
Yeah, but
Just like.
I have to park it in the car park rather than put it outside. So
If you don't roll up to MCM with the window down and some tune blaring like.
Agents of
Looking
Shield
like
theme
that guy
song.
from that car advert, that Go Compare advert.
Agents of Shield theme song.
no,
on the
I'm
radio.
turning up like this.
And upon that day, you shall get laid tenfold.
The winters be plenty.
Rocking up to Comic Con in the Captain America helmet within a customised van, you are getting laid.
Isn't that van a camper van as well, if I remember rightly? Have you got a bed set in that?
No, not. I've got 6 months to get all the interior in, but the interior has to wait.
Oh.
If the van is a rocking, don't come a knocking.
Avengers hard at work.
Yeah, but I have a hotel. I have a hotel room, so.
Yeah, he's classy.
Which you will not need.
If he pulls a bird,
A bird? What are you?
I'm trying to sound all like down with the kids, isn't it? Bro, don't stop. Bruh.
Listen to your ginger snap, yeah?
Bearing in mind, on the Saturday and the Sunday, no one's actually going to see me.
You are gonna sweat one out, boy. You are gonna sweat one out.
Well, to be honest, it should probably be cold by then, so I'll probably have to put a jumper underneath.
I doubt it.
No, I doubt
Wearing
it, man.
Groot,
I doubt
you'll
it.
probably you don't even need to do any exercise or dieting. Just wear Groot for the day, and then you can go straight into Captain like the day after.
Actually, the entire costume is the entire thing's hollow, and it's going to be quite thin, so it's not going to be any. It's not going to create any heat at all.
Do what our good friend Vedit did and put some fans in it. His Totoro costume that he made, he ended up having some computer fans in the back of the head to cool him down whilst he was inside the suit.
I really need to put a heater in mine instead.
Yeah, it is October.
Right, is it all in? No, the back of it is open, isn't it?
No,
No.
I'm thinking
no,
you
it's
don't
got a
want
back.
to
It's,
fan if you're a-
no, the only bit that's open is the part of the legs. The back of the torso is mounted to my back. The front of the torso clips onto the back. The forearms basically slide onto my forearms and then connect up to the back of the torso. And then the legs, I walk into and clip myself in. If all goes to plan, I haven't got it all done yet.
You're panicking, aren't you, Lex? I can see it in your face.
I am actually really
Panic
panicking.
sets in.
But luckily, we've got a bit less work on now, so I'm back to doing 3 days a week, and then the other days I'm working on my costumes.
Waking up in a
and
cold
then the
sweat
other
at night.
You're gonna wake up. You're gonna be dreaming and then wake up just going, "I am Groot."
Well, it's funny. Has anyone seen the app that's been made where you can install it on your computer, and then it will turn any page so that all the text says "I am Groot" instead?
Right.
And someone went on my Facebook page and turned my Facebook page into a giant "I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot."
Has everybody seen the little dancing baby flower pot Groot that you can now see on YouTube? It's so good. We need one. I need to buy one.
You need.
I don't know. I can't
You say
find it.
there's none in stock anywhere, Lex.
No.
No one has it in stock. I'm thinking of trying at some point, after a few other projects are out of the way. Have you seen these keep-ons, which are these little yellow, weird-looking things that dance? They had an advert on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking of trying to build a modification on that to do a group, but that's not going to be for a while, because at the moment I've still got Cap, Groot, and a little orb that someone might be using. Yeah,
we can't really mention.
I'm building the orb from Guardians of the Galaxy, the one you see in the trailer, and if anyone's seen it, you know what it
Revelation.
is. But I'm making it. I'm going to start making it this weekend, and then I'm going to cast them with aluminium in the resin so that they look metal.
Oh, that's gonna be really cool to see.
And then I'm going to make a modified one for myself that actually floats in a magnetic stand.
Oh, that's gonna be well cool. Just
You know,
turning
you can get those little globes that you get them in a stand, and they're magnetic, but they float because of it. Well, I found one that's about the same size as the orb, so I've got to take the magnets out of the globe, drill a couple of holes in one of my orbs, and then put it in there. And I'm just going to put some extra LEDs on it and have it all lit up and spinning.
There's gonna be one cool table lamp.
You know, most people when they get bored just like draw a picture or something. You just
He just walks to his workshop. He's like, "Today I'm going to build."
yeah.
It's actually quite simple. If anyone wants to make one of the orbs, if you just want to make a quick budget one, buy yourself a polystyrene sphere. You can get them on eBay. I've got an 80mm one. I think it's about the right size. Some people are going for 90, some people are going for 100. And then use a soldering iron to burn a few little bits in, to melt a few bits in. So you've got raised surface and lower surface, and then just paint it.
Oh, cool.
It's so obvious when you say it like that. I can see it now.
See, personally, I'm doing it in. I'm going to make them in resin because I want to be able to make them quick, make a few of them, and make a metallic look on it. But generally, if you just want a quick one for your own Star-Lord cosplay, just
That's what I was thinking, Kit. I was like,
I really like the idea of this.
of course, I might, if I get it done in time, I might bring a few orbs with me to Comic-Con.
Yay! We were actually talking the other day about setting up a small podcast on the Comic-Con weekend because we won't be able to pre-record anything until like the weekend or 2 weekends after Comic-Con. So we might have to set something very small up for half an hour on either the Saturday or the Friday.
Somewhere quiet because most of the place is actually going to be very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot going on.
well, we're staying in the boat thing.
Oh yeah, we're staying right over
You're
there.
staying? Oh, you lucky bugger! That place looks lovely. How much is it
Yeah.
costing?
Well, it was the last room, wasn't it? It was like £200 for the weekend. It was actually the cheapest place.
What?
Yeah.
And we had to sell David's kidney.
My body.
My room's about
It took
£400,
a long time
and
to say.
my room's about £400, and we put in 4 people in it.
I'll sleep on floor. It's cool.
Don't tell
I
the
got to
hotel.
spray paint myself green. I'm going to be butt naked half the time. I don't want.
Yeah, that's going to suck.
Yeah, so we're staying. Me and Damien and a couple others. We're staying at the Ibis, the one that's behind the Novotel. So we're staying pretty much opposite the car park, which is very handy because I'm going to walk into the car park, get my costume, and walk out. Get my Groot costume and walk out. And then when I'm done, I walk back to the van, put everything in the van, and then go. So everything I won't have to store the massive.
Just a quick one. To anybody who's going to be travelling from Manchester for MCM in October, I'd book your tickets now for trains because you can now get it at £52 return. Just saying, like, because the nearer the time you're going to get, it's
said that.
not like 72. It's going to be £72 per ticket. Otherwise, single.
Kira, are you going to come?
Don't put this pressure on me, man.
Bring out the hammer.
Yeah.
I'll
That hammer would be well cool.
I'll see what I can do.
He says with a sly little nod, like, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, we'll see what we can do. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. I might read that in a bit, actually.
Kia, if you come, I will give you a resin Guardians of the Galaxy orb.
Bloody hell, look, that's just payment alone, isn't it? I need to do that now. Yeah.
And on Friday, we're going to have
Can't
like
you just post it?
we're going to have like a dinner or something.
Sorry,
Yeah,
say-
we were talking about going for dinner on the Friday.
If you come, I'll stay in cosplay for the dinner. I'm going to be Ken Masters. So,
If we go to dinner, I'm going to dinner in my Captain America suit if I've done one by
I
then.
tell you
I'll go
what,
in crimson.
I'd have to go to dinner as
let's
the
just do it. Let's do a cosplay dinner.
Yeah.
I'll put Riddler suit on. It's
If we're
alright.
doing that, then I'd have to go as the dude.
Can I just say, if we do go for dinner, then before we go, I will have to shout, "Diners assemble!"
Shatner.
Oh, God. Do not Shatner whilst we're eating. That would be like,
Well, Shatner was paying the bill. Thank you for service.
Why?
How many cosplayers can get thrown out of a restaurant at once?
Shatner.
If we end up in a restaurant that's like got other cosplayers in it as well, that'll be brilliant.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh.
If anyone is new this week and they didn't hear the last podcast, we talked about a game called Shatner, so check it out and
No,
get
explain
a head
it.
up on the rules.
Explain Shatner to the new people.
No. You can watch the previous episode of the Cosplay Collective and see it there. Advertisement, people. That's how it's done.
Our YouTube
We do-
page,
we
and
do
we'll
link
send the
below.
We do talk just utter nonsense on it.
Go.
The first one, we didn't even address anything to do with cosplay apart from I like to cosplay.
and what we were cosplaying. We did get onto that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, although we will
Go back to cosplay a minute. I need to ask David a question. Where's this Mario suit? I need to see this.
Mario suit. What Mario suit?
For Eurogamer,
Yeah.
we're going for one day, and we decided we were going to do Mario and Peach, but with a twist.
I've seen the Peach pieces on Ginger Snap's Facebook.
The thing is, I've had some of the bits and pieces, but they're all at home up north, and I'm down south. So this is the thing that when I get home, I've got a lot to do. I'm making a battle Mario. I'm making an armored Mario.
I need to see this.
If all goes right, then I'm going to have an armoured front, and I'm going to have a Koopa shell on my back and a blue shell on my shoulder. And
I was thinking of coming to Eurogamer, but all the tickets for Saturday are gone. So
no. See, luckily we've got 2 weeks until the next podcast anyway, so it gives us 2 weeks for David to actually get back up north and start building something.
Yeah. I feel a bit left out. Like everybody's talking about all the cosplays they're doing, and mine have been on hold for about a month.
Listen, mine's on hold at the moment until all my parts turn up.
See, I would rather have stuff on hold in my head than I've got.
You never have stuff on hold in your head. As soon as you get an idea in your head, you just go on eBay.
Yeah.
I need to stop being lazy. I need to stop being lazy and just go get on with it.
I need to wait for my parts.
I'm really proactive, but I've got the attention span.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I thought I had to do it. The attention span of a Marmite sandwich.
I've actually, at the moment, I've got 3 cosplays on the go at once. But
3?
Okay, I've got about 7 cosplays on the go at the moment.
See, for the people who keep asking, what should we cosplay? Most of us have, like, we have, like, probably 10 ideas at once.
Yeah.
Alright, here's an opportunity. For those of you that are new to this or are watching us and have actually stuck with it, and you have trouble thinking about who you should cosplay as, think about characters from the films that you like, think about the comic book characters that you like, think about the anime that you read or that you watch, think about characters from books that you like, think about characters from games that you like. It doesn't matter if nobody recognises who it is. You'll find one person who maybe does, but you don't have to, just think about it. You watch films all the time, you play games, you read books, you read comic books. There's got to be a character that you've looked at and thought, that'd be pretty cool. And even if you think that it might be a bit out of your league, ask. There's the Replica Prop Forum, ask on the MCM Expo page. Me and somebody else, we've just set up a page called the Cosplay Support Movement. So if you look for the Cosplay Support Movement and you post upon there saying, I've got this idea for cosplay, but I'm not even sure how I'm going to start it, ask us. Cosplayers are approachable people. Ask us how I would go ahead and do a cosplay that you're thinking of. You've all got your own heads, you've all got your own ideas, and I think you can do it.
And if all else fails, Deadpool.
Yeah. Or an assassin.
Or an assassin. That said, Deadpool assassin.
Hey.
And that said, we are actually coming to the end of the podcast at the moment. It has now been roughly about an hour, probably going a little bit over, but thank you to everybody who's
talking guff.
Kid, thanks for joining us this week.
Yeah, thanks for
joining.
Hopefully we'll see you again.
Definitely, without a doubt.
I'm guessing next time we'll have Leia and David on separate cameras. You'll probably be.
Yeah, we're getting divorced.
Probably. Probably have them on separate cameras.
We'll work it out. Well, that's if Leia can get her camera working.
I'm too old for all this technical bullshit.
How old is everyone here, actually? I need to ask this quickly before we go.
29.
29. Leia?
Wow.
A lady never gives away her letters.
Yeah, but Leia's 29, so...
I'm 23.
23.
Little uns.
Oh, yeah,
that's what we were like. Yeah, we were like, what?
Don't call me little, I'm just vertically impaired.
I've already started at 30, mate.
I feel you, bro.
I'm 5'7". She makes me feel like a giant. I can put my arms on her shoulders and like look down. It's great.
Like Attack on Titan.
Right, let's call that a wrap, shall we?
Wrap this up. Thanks everybody for watching the Cosplay Collective podcast. You can find every single one of the cosplayers on here on Facebook. You can find Alex Effects. You can find Kia as the Have a Go Hero. You can find Leia as the Ginger Snap. And you can find David as Tattoo Deviant on Facebook. I will be putting the link in the description below on YouTube. And you can find the previous podcast video in the description as well. Please like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for watching the Cosplay Podcast.
And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, where you'll get regular updates, and you can chat with us anytime.
Especially check out Lex's his group update.
Yeah. Check out everyone.
Where did Kia go?
Mr. Stark, do you mind?
Mr. Stark, rubbing the face cam again.
Shenanigans.
Did he just do a little bit of a shoulder pop then?
That's honest.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's Kira all the time.
Wait, I could have just done this. Go, Mr. Stark. Okay.
Star-Spangled Man.
Right.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and that's bye from every single one of us. See ya.
Bye.
Say bye, guys.
Stay classy, San Diego.